All right, welcome. And here we go. So, we use for our South Titan Sports websites this site called Squarespace. So it's very similar to WordPress, and since it's drag and drop, it's very easy to pick up. And it's a simple drag and drop interface for most things. So, when you first are prompted, okay, you can start to choose your template. So you can choose anything you want. This is very heavily media dedicated, so you're going to want to choose a spot that works for you. If you don't have as much media, you want to go to a little more, some more options that offer some larger media there. If not, then choose it there. Alright, so we'll go with Bedford here. And then you can, some more of your options there. Okay. And learn more. Alright, so you can see kind of the template. Alright, so that is how you set up your site. Once you have that set up, then you can change any of the options here. So I'm going to go ahead and log back in. So you see we've got our pages here. You can click any one of them and to go to, but this is automatically set to our home page here. If you have multiple sites, you can go down here and look at your multiple sites. You can look at your analytics here. So we'll have a daily, monthly, weekly, hourly. You scroll over, it gives you a good overview there. It's not a bad breakdown, not as good as Google Analytics. Here at the bottom, it also gives you a good view of browsers and other data. Like I said, Google Analytics is going to offer more, but it gives you a pretty good idea. Not a bad metrics option here. Refers, you can see where your people are coming into your page from. Then you can see exactly what site. So again, not a bad breakdown. What it doesn't offer is individual data on people, which is okay. You can also see search engine queries, what people typed in to find your site. maybe include or improve your SEO there. So, and then your mobile usage, pretty good data there. All right. So a couple of the reasons I chose to do Squarespace as their commerce. It's already baked in. Any of these options, it's broken down to 4 steps, and then once you complete those 4 steps, then you will have anything e-commerce you want to set up. So pretty good options. We don't have anything set up in there now, but that's kind of part 2 what we're up here for. So all right, so the design template here, you can go to logo and title, change the logo, and then your browser icon, that is the icon at the very top up here. That's what that is shown, and then your logo, so to show on the page here. So if we enter our site, this is the logo we're talking about here. You can take this out, and then you can have words on there as well if you so choose. Then you can change your template anytime, but you'll lose all your stuff so it's good starting out. But if you want to make a radical change, then I wouldn't suggest it if you're already pretty deep into that. Then your style editor. A wide range of colors. You can customize the banner, what size you want it, page background text, fonts, your buttons here, your footers, your pre-footers, your summaries. So it's got a lot of, it's very customizable and very easy to change. And then the other reason we chose Squarespace is where is it at? What design is it? Metrics, settings. Where's it at? So can't find what I was looking for. It's a little embarrassing, but if you go here, they have a great search function here. So we're going to go okay, so it's called mobile styles here. So I'm going to go to design, as in the right place, design, advanced, and then at the very bottom there, it'll tell you disable mobile. So what that does, what am I doing? Come on, design advanced. So what that does, it will keep your page as is. So if you like how your page looks on the desktop and you don't want to change from mobile, then it'll go back to, it'll just keep it like that. But if you want it to customize whatever screen it's pulled up to, which I highly recommend, is then you would click disable mobile styles, and then it would take it back to, it's defaulted to off, so you'll have to turn that on if you want it to look the same there. So and pretty much it. Don't believe there's any other things we really use on that. If you have comments, you can moderate your comments. I wouldn't suggest having it, especially if it's going to be for your stuff there. So, and then connected accounts, you can connect all your social media accounts here. Okay, and learn more. Alright, so you can see kind of the template. You can click any one of them and to go to, but this is automatically set to our home page here. If you have multiple sites, you can go down here and look at your multiple sites. You can look at your analytics here. What site? So again, site, and very easy to change. So I'm going to go to design. That's in the right place. Design, advance. Pretty much things you can moderate your comments. I wouldn't suggest having it. And very easy to change. You can moderate your comments. I wouldn't suggest having it. Whoa. Alright. And very easy to change. You can moderate your comments. I wouldn't suggest having it. So here is how we got our web page to look the way we did coming in. So if you go to your editor and you hit edit, okay, then you can drag and drop any of these things here. Okay. So this is a gallery piece. These are buttons. This is import from a blog. Again, another button, a social media button. Just some text. This is a Twitter thing that's built in. It doesn't look great, but it still works. Some more buttons and buttons and buttons. Alright, then we've got our secondary search down here, and then our ads, and then it's a little AdSense there, which we'll get to in a different segment. Top is navigation here. So as you can see, we haven't linked to everything. If we were to link to all our pages, it'd be pretty overwhelming for the user. So we've kind of broken it down into these big sections. So this is pretty much where you're going to take it. 80% of our traffic currently is from our news section. So if you click on our blog, and so you can have a featured story, and it would show up on your blog here, and then just this is where we import our news. You can scroll to your heart's delight and go even older into the archives if you want to. So, but if you do attach a picture with it, it'll pop up in the title. Again, you want to have pretty high resolution picture. This is a high resolution picture, but it was downloaded, so it's not the best. You still see it's a little grainy. There's not a whole lot you can do inside the actual blog. After it's posted, you can add some things to flashen it up a little bit, but for the most part, we just kind of churn them out and put them on social media. So the main functions for this, we link this to our calendar. We break it down between games this week and then game day locations. These just include maps of various places we play that are pretty common that people might have a knack for. Games this week, we'll break it down. It links to our school calendar, and it breaks down the next week. Next is our team info and coaches. Just profile pictures of our coaches here. Each team has their own page, so you can click team info for cross country. A little coaches blob here. There's a link to their Facebook most recent photo they wanted to put up there, and then their schedule. And then we host a 10K during the summer that is our largely pretty much it funds their whole season and some money for our athletics program. So they do a great job with that. So I just want to share that. Our football team has their own website. And it's again through Squarespace, but it's a little different here. So again, I don't have a banner image up here. Big banner image there. And then our scrolling gallery. We've got photos from over the summer. Here we've got just our stats, video highlights, and roster for this year. So this is a quick access information. Then we've got our game day schedule. And then we break it down between their different classes. So if you click on our game day schedule, it's just got some more things you can go to. And then a list of all our games and results. Not quite updated, but it should be. So you go back out here. Here's the drop down menu. We don't have these on our sites currently, but we're kind of reformatting here. Other things are alumni in our roster here, and then about our coaches section. Each coach has their own blurb, so we're going to add. Oh, never mind. Then with our stats, it just links to our max preps page, and then our highlights link to Huddle. And those just go here and just goes to our Huddle page, so it's kind of a focal point for all of our stuff. So when the fans come in, they go, and then our roster just goes to our very basic roster there. If they need to contact coach, he's right there. And then our stats are again linked to our max prep stuff there. And then for our athletes, so we have, these are past athletes that we have. These are our graduating guys. So if you click their picture, it'll take them right to your Huddle page, and they can look at highlights. So it's a good recruiting tool, an easy thing to set up when they've got their name so they know who they're looking for. Get another banner image. This one's a little grainier, so you gotta be careful what you're posting. But so that's pretty much it for team coaches. Our college-bound athletes, just your pay-to-pay forums, and then some NCAA stuff, ACT stuff, KSHA stuff, GWAL standings, things like that. And then it goes to our coaches only. So here's where we have our data management for all of our coaches. So and some other quick links here. So you click the coaches only. We've already got you logged in. So it goes in, then they'll pick their sport. Okay. So if you pick cross country, so this is a Google just docs that I've shared with them. It connects with their PPE list attendance, inventory, and mileage. So each one of these will take a different spreadsheet. I'm not going to show you those for reasons, but that's what they are. So that's our coaches only section. It's kind of a way to keep them. And then our newsletter, something we just added, we get higher conversion rates for that, for newsletters. So that's what we're trying to push out now, mainly also because we post things on social media. It only gets seen for a couple minutes or so, maybe. Facebook is good during peak times. Twitter's good if you get a lot of attention, but after that it pretty much goes away. So we want to stay with the newsletter because that's the easiest way to get people to subscribe. So alright, so we are going to do a couple things here. I'm going to add some pictures to our football website so you can kind of see how easy it is to add things in and how easy to edit it. We're going to go to our coaches page, and we've got his blurb right there. So we are going to add here. So this is where you kind of will add things, and we want to add a whole bunch of things. So you add text, quotes, and you can embed things: video, audio, images, gallery, some more other stuff here, and all sorts of things. But we are going to just add an image, and it's going to be you right there. And we're going to wait for that to load. And this is a little slow just of what we're running, and usually it's pretty quick. One of the big things that you need to do is wait till it loads and then hit apply. If you just hit apply while it's still loading, it won't do the image. So there we go. There's beautiful Kevin Steiner there. Alright, so his face is way too big. So we are just going to drag this over to the side. Actually, it's a little easier to do if you go try to add a spacer. A spacer is just a blank thing that will keep the picture a little smaller. So once that's smaller, I'm going to just kind of drag it up, and it'll automatically text wrap there. And then you can delete the spacer there. Okay, if you don't like out text wraps, you can drag it down really anywhere, but that looks okay though. Alright, so then next is Coach Randall. So we're going to add our image here. again. Process, and here's a few options too while you're waiting. You can have the caption below, overlaying on hover stretch, which will kind of maybe delete the image a little bit, but then a light box, and then you can add a URL so you can have this go somewhere else if you wanted to. Alright, so we're going to take Coach Randall, put him in something like that. Then I want to increase the size of his name. So we're going to do that. We're going to bold it as well. Same here with Coach Steiner here. There we go. So a couple things. You know, in our photo, we have our chain link fence underneath our media thing. Our slot media thing's crooked, but ooh, I was going to notice that. So we're going to go to edit, and here's your edit options. You can do all sorts of things in here. It's pretty basic, but it's a pretty effective tool. I found it saves me quite a bit of time. So I found it's a lot easier to use this tool rather than try to crop the images I want out of it, because then it will dilute it a little bit. I don't know, it just looks worse when you do custom, I think. So squares usually are pretty uniform thing here. So and it's not centered. He's not centered in the photo, but it'll work anyway. So we're just going to apply. We'll change that. I can change anything in these options up here. Ooh, too sharp. You can frame it. Mess with your saturation levels. Have different filters on it. Red eye, if that's an issue. Blemishes. Brightness enhance. So you're pretty kind of your faux Photoshop tools there. So we're going to go save, and then hit apply. And then I'm going to save that because we've kind of put a couple images in there. And then, see, it's kind of a little wonky. I'm just going to go ahead and hit refresh here. And then it fixes it, just like that. Okay, so that's your basic function there. Photo galleries are super easy to add. There's a lot of different settings with these. Here's where you can add. So if you don't like how it's set up, you can so let's go to the front page there, so you can see how. So if you don't like how this is set up, I'm just going to page edit, and then I'm going to edit it again here, and then carousel again kind of blows it up, so you need to have good images, otherwise they get grained out like that. Grid works if all the pictures are around the same size. And stacked, this So if you have some high quality content, you could have them scroll, but you see I scroll and it doesn't take me down to the bottom of the page, so I would try to limit the amount of pictures you have here. Otherwise you'll be scrolling for days. Or if you want to have your content linked like that, that's fine as well. We've got our pictures set up. And then slideshow, you can transition between and show all kinds of things here. So that's one I like to use. And that is it. I guess I'll go over making a blog post. So we have a couple of news sites that we keep track of. We want to go to you're going to select the page on the side. So sports news, and then you can add it. And title post, I would turn the comments off. And you can tag things like girls basketball, and then add a name if you need to. Then your options here, I would always add a thumbnail because it will post out on Facebook or Twitter with that thumbnail image, and you want that as your thumbnail. If not, it'll pull in, if you don't have an image in there, it'll pull in your icon in the middle of the corner there. And then here's your social accounts. We're going to click all these on, and then usually if we're at school or if we're doing something else, then it'll be, I want to publish this, usually scheduled, so I can schedule it, and you just click on the time, and then you go from there when you want to do it. So, and that's good too, because I usually tend to schedule this if it's late at night, or if I get it early in the morning, then I'll schedule it at peak times for social media, so we get the most traffic back from that. And then once you post it, it'll go out on your Facebook page and your Twitter and your Pinterest. And like so. So here's our front page. Uh-oh. I published that. Oops. Ooh. Go ahead and delete that tweet. Yes, and then it's like it never happened. So that I didn't want to do. I just go to edit post, and then just go delete, confirm, and it's like it never happened. Or you can go over here in the page, and then it's gone. So you can also edit, delete here, but you see how these have thumbnails. Those go out when you post. So this one didn't have a thumbnail. You notice here, thumbnail, or it did not have thumbnail, and it posts, which is with our fave icon, which is this one up here. So I mean, it's not a bad thing. At least it has a big logo when you're scrolling by. So if you do have a thumbnail, it will post it like here, which is big. We get more clicks, higher conversions if we do add a picture. So, and then it'll post on Twitter as well at the same time. Twitter's a little different on how they do pictures. Sometimes you get the view summary, and then it'll post that, but it's the same kind of thing. Happens there. Alright, well that is it for your overview of Squarespace. Hope to see you back here real soon.